The Tour de France is just going past. I wasn't massively impressed with what I've just seen, so this shop here is definitely the best one for football tops. Now we are right millionaires. We have 4.5 million. We've arrived at Luang Prabang railway station. We are here in the capital of Laos, Vientiane. So first impressions of Vientiane. Good morning and welcome back to the vlogs. It is currently nearly 6 AM, so we've woken up very early, and that is to go and see the Alms Giving here in Luang Prabang, which is meant to be the best location for it. So we're heading down to the main street now, where hopefully we can get a glimpse. So we're off to the main road to go and basically see people giving the monks food in a bowl. So it's usually like sticky rice or fruit, bananas and stuff. You can give biscuits and other sweets. To getting up this early, we don't want to miss it, so we're going to head down and see what we can see. But apparently you're meant to be really quiet, or if not silent, and you're not meant to be too in their face either. I'm also currently wearing Beth's black trousers, so I look a little bit of a wally with my jumper on. Beth's black trousers and then my white trainers. The reason for this is because you will have to keep your legs covered at least below your knees, as it is an act of respect to the monks. We have arrived here back at the palace and we are waiting for some monks to arrive, and hopefully we should be able to see the Alms Giving. As you can see, there's loads of chairs. Let me just zoom in on the other side of the road, so people are basically sitting down over there, and they're going to be offering food a little bit later on. It just feel a little bit commercialised, with loads of people coming over to the tourists to try and basically sell food for people to give to the monks. However, it could be a really cool experience, we'll have to see. But the plan for later on is to go back into Luang Prabang for some lunch, and then this afternoon we're going to be getting the first ever bullet train here in Southeast Asia from Luang Prabang to the capital city of Laos, Vientiane. So we're looking forward to that, seeing another place here in Laos, and that'll be our final destination before Laos is complete. The Tour de France is just going past, just as the Alms Giving is taking place. And so that was it, the Alms Giving, and we're now heading back to the hotel. I have to say, it was quite a weird experience. There was loads of tourists basically getting right in their faces, taking photos of all these monks, and I was trying to keep my respectful distance, and then all of a sudden someone would just come and step right in front of me just to get a photo, and people had flash on, people weren't wearing long trousers. So overall, I wasn't massively impressed with what I've just seen, although I would have rather done it somewhere where it was a little bit quieter, where it was just locals giving the food, so it didn't feel as much staged and locals weren't trying to make money off of the tradition. But we're now going to head back to bed for a couple of hours, then check out and go out for some lunch. And there we go, so it is now 9 AM. We've had an extra 2 hours sleep before we have woken up, and we've both gone to have some breakfast, and unfortunately Beth's bought a bottle which has a bottle cap on it, and we don't have any bottle opener in the room, so we're going to have to try and use a screwdriver which I brought with me to get it open, but we'll have to see how this goes. Later on too, the high-speed train is not the train we are getting, unfortunately, so that would have taken us about 1 hour 45 to 2 hours. Instead we are getting just a normal train, which is going to take us around 3 hours. It's probably because it was cheaper, but we can't remember buying it. It was quite a while ago that we did get that. So let's try and get this milk bottle open so we can have some breakfast. We are packed and now ready to check out, so we're going to go to reception and leave our bags there for the day whilst we go to the old town and get some food. Unfortunately, I spilt my milk from my cereal this morning onto my Tommy Hilfiger top, so it is absolutely drenched now because I've had to give it a quick wash. So I have my last remaining top, which is this one, and it's my sun hoodie. So it's basically a hoodie which is meant to keep you cool whilst protecting you from the sun. So I'm hoping that it's going to work and keep me cool, because otherwise I'm going to be very warm today. But I'm also hoping that at some point I'm going to get a Lao football top, so maybe that will increase my number of tops by 1. So then I can put that on instead of wearing this. But it'd be good to try and test this out and see if it actually does what it says on the tin. But let's get going now. Time to go football top shopping. I've seen one for 170,000 the other day, which was fairly good quality. So we're going to check out a few other shops to see whether it can beat that 170,000 or not. but also if it's not got the sort of badge stitched in and it's like that plasticky, sticky stuff, then I don't want one like that because I know that the badge and the name will just fall off. Unsuccessful so far. Unfortunately, the tops that we just seen in a couple of the shops weren't very nice and they just didn't suit me at all. So we're probably going to head back towards the shop where I saw it the first time, because that's a really good one. I'll show you it when we get there. So if you do want sports tops here in Luang Prabang, definitely visit this shop. So this shop here is definitely the best one for football tops. It's even got a Villa top there if you want it. It's got a Liverpool one, which is a weird one. I've not seen that one before. Then you've got Marseille, loads more, and then it's got all the Laos international ones. So that Laos international one's actually the new one, but I do quite like the look of last year's one, which is this one. So I'm probably going to go for that. I'm not sure. I'll try them both on, see which I look best in, and then I'll pick. But it's annoying because they all come with the shorts too. I don't really want the shorts, but we're going to have to take them anyway, and I suppose at least there's another pair of shorts to have. They also have all of the official tops too. However, they're way too expensive for me whilst we're on this trip. I think these are like sort of $50, maybe slightly less, but they do have them. So if you do want an official one, you can get those too. So I've just tried the large on, and it's pretty much perfect fit. It is a little bit on the biceps, but obviously that's because I'm a gym lad. I think I need one size slightly bigger. Yeah, I'm going to go for one size slightly bigger. So I've now tried on the extra large, and it was a much better fit on me, and I'm quite liking the look of this one. I do like the look of the blue one too, but they only have it in large, so I am going to try it on, and it probably won't fit me again. But I've also got the 2XL to see whether that's any better too, so I'll go try that one on first. So I'm trying on the double XL now, and I think it is just a little bit too long now. Before it was the perfect length. It's not really changing the size of the arms or the neck or anything else, so I'm going to stick to the extra large, but we're going to try on the large of the blue, dark blue now, and see whether that makes any difference. So I've tried the large on, and it actually fits quite well too, so I'm going to put the blue one back on, and then I'm going to decide which one I like the most, but it's going to be a hard decision, I think. After trying them both on, I'm still undecided, which is annoying. The light blue one, it's got a nicer colour in my opinion, but it doesn't fit as nicely. Like the neck's quite rough, so I think it might give me a rash on my neck, and the arms are a little bit shorter, whereas the dark blue one definitely has a better neckline and it fits better, but I'd rather have the extra large rather than the large, which I tried on. So we're basically going to go back to another shop where they had the dark blue one in extra large. We're going to try that on, and if I prefer that over the light blue one extra large that I tried on in the other shop, then I'll get it from there. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get the light blue one. It's also a lot cheaper too in the other shop by about 40,000. So hopefully they have got the extra large, and technically it is the more up-to-date football top too. But yeah, that was all a bit confusing, but hope you understood. So I've now tried on the extra large of the dark blue, and it looks really nice. So I think I am going to go for this one in the end. It's the most up-to-date Lao football top too. The badge is bigger. The neck just feels a lot nicer, and it's not as rough on the neck either, so it's not going to rub, especially with all the heat and the sweating. So this should be perfect as well, especially after spilling the drink on the blue top earlier. Hopefully if I spill some more stuff on this one, it'll be okay, whereas the other one with the lighter blue and almost white, if I spilt something on that, it'd be game over. So I'm going to go for this one, and I think it's about 130,000 kit, but we'll have to go and speak to the lady again. That's what she said earlier. Bought the top in the end for 138,000. I obviously misheard them, but this is the shop that we got it from. So if you can't find it in the other one, this one's quite good too. It's got a lot of the sports tops, but not quite as good a choice as the first one that we went to. But we're now going to head into the old town and drop off at the I think it's LMPC or LPMC. We'll find out, but it's going there for lunch. Stopped off at a post office as Beth is sending a postcard back to her grandma because she collects these postcards. So Beth's just bought all the stamps, and look at how many. It came to 42,000 overall for all the stamps and the postcards. That's just over £1. And then this thing here, which she's using to stick it, I'm guessing that's just a sponge with maybe water, I don't even know. But yeah, we were sending a postcard to Grandma Sue, so hopefully that should arrive. We've just been to a couple of ATMs to try and get some money out, because we have to pay for the next hotel in Lao cash or in US dollars. But you can only obviously get Lao cash out here, so that's what we're having to go for. But the ATM just keeps denying our cards for some reason, so we're messaging Monzo and Starling card right now to see whether they can activate it, or whether it's just cancelling it because it thinks that someone's trying to scam us over here. I don't know, so we'll have to keep you updated on what happens with that. So we've arrived at the LPMC Bar and restaurant, and it feels like home. It's a very English sort of pub vibe, English to American, that sort of thing, and it's got some banging music on too in the background. In terms of food and drink, you can pretty much order everything. So you can see this drinks menu is full of different things. You've got alcoholic drinks from beer, wine, vodka, spirits, cocktails if you want cocktails. Then there's like juices, milkshakes, and obviously water if you want water too. But I've gone for the Luang Prabang beer again because it's a really nice one here, and that came to 50,000. Beth's gone for the very alcoholic 7-Up, and that is 30,000. And then the water here is either probably 15 to 20 for a small water. So similar prices, a little bit closer to the centre, so it's nice and easy to get to. And it's quite busy too, so it's got a very good vibe to it. Beth will show you around now. So it's a pool table over there. It's a pretty cool like bike sofa set up here where you can sit. And then behind Beth's it's very busy and it's just chairs kind of like this. So Beth will show you the other side now. And the bar looks really nice too if you did want to sit up at the top by the bar. But we're going to enjoy our drinks now, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the food when it arrives. My food has arrived. The club sandwich is here. It looks really tasty, which is what we like to see. Got the fries too, along with the sandwich itself, which looks really good. So we'll give that a try. Start off with a chip. Chip should taste nice. Can't go wrong with the chip. Now let's have a little bit of this club sandwich. It's obviously got a little bit of salad in, which is a bit risky, but we're going to go for just for a little bit of salad at least. That's very nice. There's a lot of Western food here, so you can even get fish and chips and lots of other stuff like that, and lots of veggie food. So there's like edamame, tofu salad, which is what Beth's having. Steaks, if you want a steak. They've got pasta and much more, so definitely lots of variety for food. This was 110, I believe. Let me just check that quickly for you. 140,000 this one, which is about just over £5. So again, that's not too bad at all for some food, especially when you're on the main strip of the old town. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy my food. Beth's hopefully will come in just a second, and I'll show you that once it's arrived. So Beth's dish has arrived now, which is the tofu mushroom larb. It looks delicious too, so we'll give that a quick try. But it's come with a side dish of rice, so you can have that as well. Very small amount, but that does actually taste really nice. It's actually better than the larb that I had the other day. I can't remember where I had it, but that's a much nicer one, nice and warm too. And then the side of rice, Beth can add to that. But that came to 110,000, so that is just under £5, so maybe like £4, 80, 70. I'll obviously show it up on the screen at some point. But yeah, we're going to enjoy our meal now, and then I'm going to let you know what we thought of it once we've finished. Finished the food, and as you can see, we definitely enjoyed it. The only thing we left was the salad, but that was only because I didn't want to risk being ill, especially as we're getting on the train later. But the total price of it is now being shown up here. There were a few little flies which were annoying, but that's fine. And this restaurant, I'd probably say, is great for just on an evening, coming down here, have a couple of drinks, maybe get some food too, and it'd be great for that. Also, it's nice just to have some lunch here. It's really chilled vibe, great music, like I said before. So yeah, the Luang Prabang Motorbike Club, which is what the LPMC stands for, is definitely one to come to. Thought we'd try out a cocktail before we leave, so we've gone for the margarita, which is around 160,000 kip. So I'll give this a try now. Nice and refreshing, and a lot cheaper than there in the UK. So cheers to everyone. So we've just finished our meal. It was absolutely delicious. Definitely wouldn't recommend there enough. And we're now heading our way back towards the hotel. But before we do that, we need to try and get some money out from the ATM. Otherwise, it looks like we're not going to be leaving today for the train, as we need to get some cash out to pay for it. Managed to get some money out of the ATM. However, we're only allowed to take 1.5 million out at a time, which is only 50 quid. So you're only allowed to take £50 out of the cash machine at a time. Even though it says that you can take 2 million out, it just didn't let us do that. So it cost us 30,000, i.e. an extra pound every time we tried to take some money out of the cash register. So we've lost 90,000, which is basically £3, which isn't ideal. But we managed to get the money out so we can actually get to Vientiane, which is good. But now we are right millionaires, as we have 4.5 million in our purse, which is actually crazy when you come to think of it. We are now back in the hotel, so we're just chilling out on the side. Beth's actually gone over the road to the supermarket to go and get some snacks too for us. So what she's got is some almond roast biscuits, which look interesting. I don't think I've ever seen them before. It looks like a biscuit which has got chocolate in the side, so I'm guessing that's the almond chocolate flavour. Hopefully it's a little bit like Nutella biscuit. We've also got some Lay's, some stacks, so more Lay's Original Crisps, which are a bit boring, but they'll do for a snack for now. Some pistachio nuts. Everyone loves a bit of pistachio nuts. Let me know what is your favourite nut in the comments below, because pistachio is definitely mine. And then finally we have got some Oreos. So they all came to 130,000, which is around £5. But we're now just going to sort ourselves out and then head over either to a tuk-tuk or order a taxi to get us from here to Luang Prabang train station, which is about a 30-minute drive. So we've hailed down a taxi and we got it for 150,000, which is about £5.59 for the both of us in the tuk-tuk. So it's not too bad. Just on the way now, half an hour journey. Like we said before, got all the bags there. Beth's just getting my wet top out so we can put it on the seat there. So hopefully it'll start to dry before we do manage to get to the train station. But it's nice to be sat on here with a breeze, and it'll be nice to have been in the train station, sat on a train for a few hours just to chill out and relax, as we've been so busy while we've been here in Luang Prabang. And so we've arrived at Luang Prabang railway station. A pretty impressive looking structure, to be fair. It's kind of Chinese looking, to be honest, but we are heading in now. It's a lot quieter than we expected it to be, but we have heard some horror stories about the security taking stuff like aerosols off of people, which we're hoping not to, otherwise we're going to smell pretty bad over the next couple of days until we actually buy some aerosol. So fingers crossed they don't do that. And we've made it through security. However, we have one casualty, and that is Beth's deodorant. She had unfortunately lost her deodorant. She managed to somehow keep her dry shampoo though, even though that's still an aerosol, and for some reason mine didn't get detected, so I'm quite happy that I've managed to keep mine too. But we're now sat in here. The security is more vigorous than actually getting into the country, so I'm a bit confused about why it was so strong here. But they've got a duty-free, it's called Laos China duty-free. Then they've got some form of market over there too. It's crazily big for the number of people. If you look at how many seats there are, and there's not actually that many people in here. It's another Cafe Amazon. We've seen quite a few of those around. And then just loads of people sat down. I don't know if it's just one platform. It's probably got a couple more platforms than one, but it's not that big an airport at all. So I'm quite surprised that there's that much stuff here. I mean, all the airport staff must smell pretty good too, because they've got an absolutely huge stash of people's deodorants. Pretty much everyone is being caught. I can see them over there because security is literally just there. So people are literally taking deodorants, any form of aerosol off of them, and there's other things too. But I must have got away with it being by Beth's bag and her having two. Maybe it couldn't detect all three at once, which is a little bit worrying for a security detector, but at the same time, it's good news for me as I've managed to keep my deodorant. Now, we've got to wait here for about an hour. How long until the train is it? So yeah, it's 5:10 is our train time, and then that's going to be 3 hours. We'll probably be getting into the hotel in Vientiane around 9 p.m. But yeah, I'll let you know what it's like on the train. So I've been waiting for about an hour and moved a little bit closer to the gate, and look at the queue all of a sudden that has accumulated because they've just called the gate out. Absolutely huge. We can't be bothered to wait in that, so we're just going to sit down, wait until it gets nice and small, and then go forwards. But the only thing is we may miss out on a space for the luggage right next to us, which might be a little bit annoying, but we'll have to see what it's like when we get on the train. Luckily we were in seats 1 and 2, so had the first seats as you board the train. There was a nice breeze coming through the middle from what I think was from the window or the doors, and it didn't feel like there was any aircon on board, so it may have been quite warm towards the middle of the train. The seats were okay, they can't be reclined, and there is bag storage under the seats too, above your head, and at the entrances of the train for larger luggage. There are no plug sockets or USB sockets though for charging anything. We noticed that there is also a hot tap on board, and we did actually see someone bring a whole bag of pot noodles, so maybe that could be why they brought them. As you leave the station you get beautiful views of the mountains and rivers, but then a lot of it is actually through tunnels and it gets dark pretty quickly. The toilet is basically a hole in the floor, so if you need the loo, go to the station or hold on for dear life, as it is not very pretty. About an hour into the journey we stopped at Vientiane, and I hope we don't regret not going, but we've heard so many people say not to bother going. So we have arrived at Vientiane station, so it's very, very busy right now. A lot of the English tourists and people from around Europe got off at Vientiane, so I think a lot of people do actually go over there for a night or two maybe, but we got told lots of stuff there, it wasn't that great, so we've decided to not go for it in the end and just go straight to Vientiane. And we are here in the capital of Laos, Vientiane. So the train overall cost us £19 each, and we actually booked it on the 12 to go. So if you were wondering where to get the train from, we'll leave a little link in the description below. And it's the K11 train, so it's not the high-speed train which you can get. I actually don't know the difference in the price, but I'm guessing that we went for the cheaper option of the two. And the hotel where we're going to be staying for the next 4 nights is called the Siri Guest House, and we're staying in the room called the King Room with the bath spa. So we'll have to take a look through the room now, because it is definitely nothing like what it looks on the pictures on booking.com. So this is the room, here we go. So starting off with the AC up there, the curtains which lead just onto a road, so we've not got a great view really. Little mattress there which has been placed on top of like a perch. It's got a quite cool little bit of mood lighting there at the bottom, but I think that's probably the best bit of the room. You can see it's like falling apart a little bit too, all the wooden slits down here. Then you make your way through, you can see there's a little seat that you can sit on there, and 2 waters which we get every day too with a table. So we can sit there if we want to. I'll show you the room once more. Little painting on the back there, and then into the bathroom. So starting off with the bath. Now I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look the most appetizing of baths to get in. I mean, it's a nice looking bath, but in terms of cleanliness I'm not too sure. Quite a big echo, I'm not too sure what that is. I'm guessing we just don't touch that. It's probably something to do with the bath. Some nice mirrors here though, they'll be good to use. Then you've got the sink, a few drawers down here too if you want to use them. Oh, it's got a bit of a blind in there. First time looking in there. So get some toothbrushes, I guess, with it too. I'm not too sure if you get a hair net maybe. Then you have the hair dryer. Looks like it's falling off the wall a little bit there, so don't want to be touching that. Some nice towels though, I have to say they're better than the towels in the last place. Toilet looks fairly nice too, nice looking toilet. And then the shower does look a little bit grotty, I'm not going to lie. I mean, like, look down there. It's not the nicest looking of showers. It's falling apart a bit. It's probably getting a little bit mouldy too, which is not ideal. They have given us a bit of body wash there, so that's quite nice of them though. And then far end you have big long mirror to look in, some hangers, and then a hole in the wall by the key. So overall, not the best of hotels which we have stayed in so far. I think I preferred the previous one. We were looking forward to this one as well because we thought this would be quite nice, but I guess it's just Laos, the rooms aren't quite as nice for the money. Hopefully it is just Laos, because I'm not too sure yet. Once we get to Vietnam, they look a lot nicer for cheaper price, but hopefully they've not done what they've done here. And if you have a look on the booking.com website, it looks 10 times nicer because they've made it really bright and white, whereas in here it's very dull. Maybe it'll look better in the morning, I don't know, but this is the room that we're going to be staying in for the next 4 nights. One thing that we are finding with a lot of these rooms too is there's never any plug sockets by the bed. They're always like miles away. So there's one in that corner behind the table, and then the other ones are on the wall for some reason here. So I don't know how I'm going to get from that to the floor, because otherwise all my stuff's just going to be dangling off of the plugs, which isn't ideal. First impressions of Vientiane though is that it's a much more city vibe, so much more urbanized, lots of bright lights everywhere, and not quite as quaint as Luang Prabang was looking. But we're going to obviously be exploring tomorrow some of the museums and temples, so maybe they might be a little bit more quaint than the city itself. But I do hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new, as it does go a long way to help supporting these. Also, if you have any questions about the train or anything that you are seeing in these videos, do make sure to let me know down in the comments below, and I will reply to you as soon as possible. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.